Hey, this is Patrick Strasbaugh interviewing Battalion Chief Wehmeyer of Deerfield Township Fire Rescue. It is August 11th, 2017. How you doing, Chief?
Year's almost gone. Doing good, Pat. How are you?
Good, good. All right, so today we are going to talk about the social media policy and how it affects fire departments and specifically your department. Do you have a social media policy that is in effect at Deerfield?
We do. Several years back, we adopted the International Association of Fire Chiefs social media policy. It's kind of all-encompassing, very restricted. We try to enforce that with a bit of common sense. We're not opposed to our guys posting pictures of families stopping by the firehouse to see the fire trucks and good things that they're doing out in the community. But along with those good things, we try to monitor the bad, or trying to prevent someone from seeing their house burning down on our social media feeds or our employees' social media feeds. Trying to make sure we're keeping everybody's concerns at heart before we do stuff. Sometimes firefighters may have the best of intentions and feel great that they've made a great save on a structure fire, but we tend to forget that that's someone's house, or work really good in Travin and we forget that that's somebody's family that we cut out of that car. So we try to balance the good and the bad, and try to protect everyone's interest and the image of our organization and our people along the way.
That sounds great. So, do you yourself then engage in social media?
I do.
Yeah.
If we, I have a Twitter account, which I openly do not know very much about. I don't quite understand it, but all my friends did it, and so I guess it was time to do something. There's a lot of good information comes across that way as well. Our department has that as well. We have a Facebook account, and then obviously I have my own personal Facebook account. And I try to post stuff, again, just stuff that our crews do. If we're out doing special training, like we did training on the boat, and I think our social media contact posted that on Facebook that we had spent money on new boats, and it's going to be hundreds of hours of training on land and lake. And I share that on my page as well. I think number one, it's good for our guys to see that the fruits of their labor or the stuff that they're doing is being appreciated, and the public sees that. And I think it's extremely good for our community to see that our firefighters, who they may drive by the firehouse and see the doors up or the doors down, or guys sitting in chairs, they see posts that those guys have been out now all day long on, in our situation, land and lake, driving a new raft or floating in a new raft and maneuvering and learning how to use the equipment in certain ways. So we definitely try to share a lot of the training stuff that we do. I try to pass on a lot of training stuff that I see on other fire feeds or other motivational type stuff that's there. But if our guys are out on runs or things, and we can share that without causing any negative image to the organization, by all means, we try to share that as well. And then hiring is the way now. Everything we do with our hiring is electronic. It's 50 cents, I think, still, to send a letter by stamp. It's free for me to send 50 letters out for people that have applied to work for us through email. We post on our Facebook page when we're hiring or we're accepting applications, and it's in our world today where everything is instant and we seek instant gratification. Social media definitely helps us get a message out to the public a lot sooner.
Right. So, it sounds like you personally endorse and are an advocate of using social media as a fire department and engaging the public and using it as
Absolutely.
a tool. So,
There's another, we unfortunately, a little over a year ago, we had a deputy shot in Deerfield Township. We were able to, one of our PIO was were able to put information out immediately to the public when they were receiving a canned message through the cell phone service telling them to shelter in place. You were able to go in and explain what was going on, who that affected in Deerfield Township, and what we were looking for the public. And where it's very easy to say this is a law enforcement matter, we don't care, you were in a position that you were not in some type of emergency job function at that point, and to take the time to share that and put a precise message out to the public, probably brought calm to the, I don't know, 38,000 residents of Deerfield Township that weren't affected versus the 2,000 that were.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember the one comment that caught me is I knew I was engaging well when they posted something about to someone else not involved that they actually answer you when you ask them a question. So
Absolutely.
that's good. So, have you had any issues either at Deerfield or in your personal experience then with the social media and how it affects your relationship and your position in the fire department?
So if I think if I understand, so if I had run into any issues, there's plenty of things that are posted on social media that everyone is the Facebook detective. Everyone knows how something should be done, and whether it's a tax levy running in a school district or a levy that we have in Deerfield Township that's for some type of essential service or recreational services, parks, roads, different things, or incidents that are occurring, people that have been arrested for various things. A lot of times, we're all quick to want to respond to those. And as a battalion chief, a member of the command staff of this organization, and a member that represents the overall government of Deerfield Township as well as the fire department, it kind of, when I speak in that capacity, am I speaking for Doug Wehmeyer or am I speaking for Deerfield Township? And social media. I've been to several classes at FDIC and other places where Ohio lawyers have come who are firefighters and discussed the ramifications of social media posts, and discussed that the Ohio Supreme Court has upheld termination of employees, and the U.S. Supreme Court has upheld termination of employees for what they post on social media. And again, where we don't necessarily see the immediate negativity of what we're posting or think that it's Doug Wehmeyer and it's nobody else's business, what I say, when we took on the public position, we took on the fact that we were representing something bigger than ourselves. So, there's plenty of things I would love to talk about on social media or comment on or say, hey, I think what you're saying is very misinformed. We can't do that. We've had a few instances, and I literally can think of them on one hand, where our employees have posted some stuff that we didn't necessarily think was a very good image for the organization. One of them was before we had the social media policy. He was quick to point out we didn't have a policy, and we were quick to point out the opinion of the Supreme Court. So where it was never our intention on terminating that employee, it was important for him to understand that even though you believe we don't have a policy that addresses this, it would be in your best interest to remove the post. And he did, and then he probably defriended me, in the very next keystroke. But, unfortunately we have run into a few issues, and, it simply is what it is. It's really not any different than a fireman going out drinking a beer, wearing a fire department t-shirt for the organization that they work for. The firefighters are very proud of the profession. I hope the organization as well. And this is really the same thing. Your neighbors know you work for us. Your neighbors know you're a fireman, whether it's working for Deerfield or anyone else. And when you speak, you're kind of speaking for the 1 million firefighters, millions of firefighters, I guess, that exist in the United States. And that's a lot of clout to carry, but we forget that from time to time.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time tonight. And is there anything else that you'd like to add? I think you
No, I think we
pretty well covered it. Thank you.
All right.